Happy Easter, trending people. Welcome to Easter Monday edition of Spring Trends right here on Western Spring Television, where we say it as it is. On Spring Trends, we'll look at issues that are trending on social media all across the country and beyond. What is trending, who is trending, why they are trending, and reactions on social media. My name is Evelyn Ohiola, and I have my amiable His Excellency here with me.
That's more like it.
I'm not going to put the president.
From one excellency to another excellency. In the making, President Femi Ojo in view. Good morning. Compliments of the season.
In case you're all about, you're like, what are these guys all about? You may want to go watch our morning spring show.
Yeah.
You know, you can go to YouTube. You know, we had a prophecy. We spoke with the pastor, and he actually gave us that title. But then let's just move.
We are holding on.
We are holding on to it. Let's move right to it at this time. Very first story is talking about money this Monday morning. Currency update: a dollar now sells for 1,230. I know some other people have it as 1,290, but then the dollar is now within 1,200 to 1,300. Reactions: funniest thing I've seen on X says, wow, I give kudos to government for this one. Dollars don't they really fall true, but it isn't reflecting in the market prices. And Adeza Sani says, kindly understand the fact that the value of Naira against the dollar is not the sole cause of inflation. Just putting this out there. And Richard says, honestly, I'm beginning to see that we Nigerians are problems ourselves. The cost of commodities is still in the rise, and this is where a responsible government should come in. People earning salaries cannot meet up again. I think there should be a serious price regulation as soon as possible. Femi Ojo, what are your thoughts? You know, the Naira has gained tremendously in the past week, and people are saying we are not seeing the reflection on the prices of goods and services. Your thoughts?
Well, I think it doesn't. By the way, let me reckon that that is true. We made some gains, maybe not that significant, you know. But then gain is gain. When it goes up, we are the first to sound the alarm with a vuvuzela to say, oh, Naira is this, dollar is that. But then even little wins should be celebrated. Now, if these amount to win is another conversation. But there's an improvement, that's strengthening. The dollar is more like struggling to come out of the doldrums. I mean, the Naira rather. But then if it will immediately reflect when the things that can make it to reflect, or let me say it this way, it doesn't come like it has happened. So everything should just reduce. Whatever has been sold for 1,500 should just go for 1,200 because of that. You're talking about majorly foreign exchange, importation. There are times that you order for a particular group, a particular good, maybe at 1,500. Now, the good doesn't get to be delivered to the next 1 month. Now, you have paid for it. It has come that way. When the good arrives, that person will not sell it because the dollar is now 1,280. You expect it that way. So for importers, it's not automatic. It has to be gradual. But then there is a place for the Nigerian factor. So it's a nonsense factor. And it's, I don't even like to call it a Nigerian factor, the people factor. Because it's not about the nation. It's about the people. To note that sometimes when things get bad, we quickly react and adjust. Oh, we just have to do that to keep up with the demand and supply.
Wait.
Yeah.
We're not live. Put on your...
all right.
Are you sure we're live?
Yeah, all right. These are the issues.
They just said we are not live.
No. All right.
Okay, April Fool, let's go.
Oh, really? Really? Nice one there.
All right, people, we are live. I just had to pull that one on you.
Yeah, okay. You're not pulling on me, you're pulling on the people. And our producer sounding it. We are live. But then the Nigerian people thing is there to say when things get better and prices should go lower, the people thing will make it to look like, no, the stock that I have, I bought it at a particular price, so I must sell it at that particular price. But when the price go up, the same good and service you are offering or you got at a particular price, you quickly, swiftly adjust it so that you could keep up. I think over time, maybe let's say what the next 2 weeks will hold. If this gain is set and met, if this gain is gotten consistently, so that we can have that as well.
Okay, good news for Nigerians.
And by the way, you have some explanations to do to our producers because the producer and the director are shouting.
Please, someone should check on Shay. Shay, I'm sorry. It is what it is. I mean, I could hear him blasting into my ears. We are live. We are live. Of course, we are live, people. I mean, I just have to pull that stunt.
Nice one.
It's the 1st of April, and you know what that is. All right, moving from one good story to another. This is Lagos to London, and we hear that Airpeace Lagos to London direct flight cabin crew, direct flight, occurred. I think that was on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And, it's a great one that we have an indigenous airline flying from Lagos to London. Reactions, Mr. Bond, Obedient, says, I do not see anything wrong with Airpeace staff wearing Igbo attire. Alan Oyema is from Southeast and he is just promoting his culture through that means. Please let's stop this bigotry and face the real problem of Nigeria. All right, we are going to, watch this video and see what they look like. We'll be back to take reaction. I feel this is actually beautiful. The attire is beautiful. I don't know what people are saying about the attire, that it's Igbo, but you know that the owner of Airpeace is Igbo, and he would really want to promote his culture. His culture, you get. So, but for me, I think that is beautiful. The hostesses, they look amazing. They look amazing. So let me move over to more reaction at this time. Ubede Ojo says, let's say or assume Airpeace is actually Nigeria Air. What is wrong with the hostesses wearing the Ishiago attire? And what's the ideal Nigeria attire? Schools in Niger says, dear Nigerians, this is 2024, for goodness sake. Other nations are having discussions about their next mission to space, while we are here fighting over the dress code of air hostesses. And I think this is actually ridiculous that some people are having a fight over what the hostesses are wearing.
I think it's what is reminiscent of what we have I'm sorry to say this, what we have reduced ourselves to. Yeah. At every decision. Now, you used to even think we should criticize, or they can easily criticize the actions of government and people in government. Now, the decision of a private business, you are still criticizing. This is 2024. Wake up, smell the coffee. Not everything should be looked through the lenses of culture, or this is me, this is somebody, why is he forcing this thing or not? There are many airlines. If you don't like the father Oyema and his company has put on the Ishagu, go for others.
Because this is this is not a national project.
This is not a national carrier. Yeah. This is a private business. And if people should just calm down. Now, if you can't see the beauty in that, and that soundtrack even is lit already. The thing was nice. There is a feat that a private carrier has gone international. It's a big feat. I mean, Lagos to London, straight, no connecting flight anywhere. I think it's a big one. And you could see the leader, Alan Oyema, leading the pack. I love that. That was nice. I think I'll get that video, put it on my status. That was every shade of beautiful. So, if you are somebody is trying to put some ethnic coloration, people should just who bewitched us? How did we know? It's politicians that usually do this thing. But then the elections are over, please. Now, Alan Oyema, with Airpeace company, if he has done what is bad, we'll say it. The with Airpeace have come to the rescue of this nation many times to go and pick up people that are in distress. They did it in Sudan. I think they did it in I forgot the countries when people were stuck during COVID-19. He did it. Now, people will not say Alan Oyema was Igbo when he's doing these, humanitarian things, and he didn't collect anything. The South Sudan situation is even very recent. He did it. He brought back people. You will not say it's Igbo. Now his business has gone international, and now he's representing his culture. People are having issues. And sometimes you see some grammar that people use, feel that this one where we did like this, you go school. But it be like say you are not educated.
You know, they are tagged keypad warriors. These people just sit somewhere in their rooms and they just
Must you put meaning to
and just start what
if it is here,
is.
if you are a Tutsi, or I don't want to use any tribe in Nigeria, if you're a Tutsi or Hutu or Zulu or whatever that you are, go and do your own. Carry from Lagos to wherever, to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. Put on the clothes of your people and see if it's easy. If it's easy, you know what they say, run them.
Yeah,
it's as easy. That was all shade of beautiful.
It's
People
beautiful.
should tone down.
I even appreciate the fact that they are promoting our culture, whether we like it or not.
If they are put on suits, you know, in safari, you'll have loved it, Abi.
Igbo is part of the Nigeria culture, so I believe it's actually portraying us as a people of culture.
For me, that's 100.
You would be amazed that someone who is not Nigerian is loving.
They do.
This
you see some white people speaking a language,
so why must
singing
it be
a song, making content?
Pulling Nigerians
because
down?
It's not from your.
These all shades of wrong.
From your adubo.
And I think we should speak to this and condemn it.
Especially young people. Calm down.
Yeah.
Don't let these elderly people where we say they don't find their own rich one side mess up with your mentality. This is a global space.
All right. It's a global space, and it's a big win for Nigeria,
for everybody.
A big win for Alan Oyema. Congratulations to the Airpeace family. You all are doing so great.
30 seconds. We are saying there was Nigeria Air, that's kind of a thing, or Air Nigeria, whatever they call it. It wasn't working. We don't have a national carrier. We have to connect a Lufthansa or a British Airways or a Kenya Airways. Now a Nigerian company goes international, and all those people could see
is the attire.
Is the Igbo nature of the business.
We have a long way to go, and I hope we start.
That person should just raise your right hand like this, touch your head, and say, "I receive sense."
All right, I think if you actually have that view, you should do that.
Please do
because it's ridiculous with what people are saying about this. All right, we move to our next story this morning. This particular one generated a lot of controversy online. You know, next of kin cannot access funds after account owner's death. What is your reaction to this? This is a poster by the Punch newspaper this, past weekend. Let's see reactions on social media. Hassan Aliyu Jibril says, can only be accessed through the probate registry. I have been wondering what is the essence of next of kin in the first place. And Chris Emogene says, next of kin is just someone that can be contacted for any reason one is not reachable. Only a will or a letter of administration can bestow the right to access a deceased account holder's funds on the person or persons named as beneficiaries or administrators in any of the document. And Gentle Saint Global Service says, so of what use is it to have next of kin registered to your account if they cannot have access to your account when dead? And I think the explanation given by Chris Emogene is this is the reason for next of kin, so that they have someone to contact when you are not reachable. It doesn't mean that once the person is no more, automatically the person's asset in form of finance goes to the next of kin. That's not how it works.
Yeah, it goes through a process. I have an idea of this, and I can tell you, is one thing that for the next of kin to know that he or she is the next of kin. There are many persons who put next of kin, and maybe for the want of, I don't want issues, the next of kin, he or she is not even aware that they, if I'm using he now, please permit me to use everybody, every gender, or he is the next one, the father just puts the person there, or the mother puts the person there. Now, in the Nigerian context, I think there's something we should explore here. The moment something untoward was happening, or imagine somebody that has transaction, let's talk about banking, every month, every week, every day, and for like a year, transaction didn't happen. 2 years, 3 years. Now, I don't know if there is a rule in the banking sector that say the person asks a detail, you can call up, especially that person's account officer. That's why people have account officer. You've not listened to, you've not heard from me like a while, it's in the place of the account officer to put a call across and say, ah, hello, sir, hello, ma. At the moment that person does it, after some time, there's no response and there's no feedback. Now, it should be, I'm talking about morally now, or common sense. So what you should expect that you should contact the next of kin. But in the Nigerian context, is there any place that any next of kin is contacted? That the owner of the bank account, the principal, has some money here. I don't
think that
except that person is owing.
I don't think that has happened, because I know when my dad, died, we didn't have any of those calls, and I know of banks that he operated with.
And you have some information to yourself. You expect. Why don't they do that? I think that's a conversation that we should be having now. But if the principal is owing, the next of kin will be contacted. If that person is owing a bank, the next of kin will be contacted. These are the issues. But there is something called letter of administration. It is a long process that you can approach the bank. This is a next of kin. Go through this. The court will have their share. You publish. It's a long process. But at the end of the day, if you are lucky, you get to have access to whatever is there.
All right, amazing. And also talking about will, I think everyone should actually be invested and interested in that. I know in this part of the world, we don't like to talk about will because they're like, it's a call for death to come, but it's not like that. We have to actually do what we need to do while we're still here. We move on to our next and final story this morning. Don't play, people. Do not play, because you're going to learn. Very Dark Man is back. The Return, that's what my producer termed it as, The Return Part 2, and you can see his picture there. Very Dark Man has been released. Reactions, chai. See, as Baba don't lose weight. I saw the picture yesterday and I was like, where are his muscles? Where are all those, he didn't
put off his clothes.
No, he didn't wear his singlet. This police really don't play in jail, and Afro Connect says it's always a positive outcome when someone is released. Hopefully, this experience leads to positive changes for VDM. And a very long week awaits us. We go hear things. Femi, your thoughts in 30 seconds.
I think, what you said is a cliche of a Very Dark Man himself. Don't play, you're going to learn. And I think that maybe somebody needs to tell him, Very Dark Man, don't play. You're learning. You have learned for whatever, if there is a learning there. I think, but the real essence of whatever has gone through is more like a bullying, so to speak. Although many people have accused him of being a cyber bully himself because of what he does, the kind of names he uses, the kind of language he uses. By the way, I think he prides himself as a social crusader, something like that. And maybe he ran into a problem with some persons. We said it here last week, the Nigerian police should not be used as a tool to victimize one another. If you have a case with me, or you are not comfortable with what I do, approach the court and let prosecution be done. But it's good that he is out. Then I think he should not play. He's gone.
So it doesn't. All right. Okay, people, this is where we end the conversation of Spring Trends. Thank you so much for being a part of our world. Happy Easter. Happy Monday and happy new month to you. My name is Evelyn Ohiola. Thank you so much, Femi, for coming on board.
Quickly, let me learn this. In the spirit of April Fool, please don't do things that will make people to think, we should be, what I want to say is we should be circumspect. So that somebody is dying and we are thinking, it's April Fool. Please do. Don't do any prank around your health, please. Don't put people in pain.
Okay, that's an advice from Femi there. We make a return tomorrow. God willing, 8:30. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.